Hello, I'm Mandingalingo. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Hobbit map made by The Hole. It's a 4v4, good side versus evil. I'm going to be going through the factions and their main quests and objectives. This map is currently being used in a tournament that's ongoing, so I'm just going to give a quick rundown of the main quests and objectives for both the evil and good side. So firstly we have Red, Dol Guldor. As evil side, they have two main objectives. The first main objective is the alliance between the dragon and the necromancer. So to do that, Red needs to get 4 relics from across the map and drop them here in front as a tribute to Smaug. Smaug, with these incredible stats, 60 attack, 14 melee armor, 17 pierce armor, 1.5 splash, 5,750 health, will then be unlocked. Red will also get control of this base. You get the fortresses, the castle, access to all this gold, so it's a very good bonus. The other main quest that evil side has to do is the ring quest, and that is they need to kill Bilbo Baggins, who is here currently. They then need to kill Gollum, who is here. They then need to claim the ring and drag the ring on its relic cart all the way down into the necromancer, and which will release the necromancer Sauron. With 85 attack, 15 melee armor, 14 pierce armor, and 2 splash. Red space itself, Dol Guldor. He starts with a dark, some fish, 7,000 fish on each. Gold, stone, some farms, rhinos. Good for getting a good start in the economy up. He has a base over here as well, the barrows. From the barrows he can create condottiero and Genoese crossbowmen, however they're not the same as they are in ranked. These are barrow whites, so the condottiero strip armor, as the Obok does in ranked matches. They'll strip armor of the units that they hit, and the Genoese crossbowmen, the barrow's white archers, ignore armor, so they're very good for hero sniping. He has 2 fortified churches in here, which he can create Huskarls from. His other base at the top is Angmar, Arn Doom, and the Witch-King's Hall. Later on in the game, he will get villages that spawn here, so he can build a town centre, mine some gold, possibly mine the gold out here. However, Red usually doesn't play out of here unless they're going for a rush for a shell with purple. Red's normal, as of right now, main objectives that he does, he will get Roscobel to upgrade Orange's spiders that he gets. Radagast won't be here by that time, Radagast would have moved away. And Red normally goes through camps, the dwarven camps. This, in killing both of these castles, is a 2,000 gold buff or tribute to everyone on the evil team, so 8,000 gold altogether. There's also a yellow hero in here, Name, that if Red kills will be an elite buff to Grey. Once Red gets all the way through to here, they can set up trade, so there'll normally be a red market, a purple market, and a grey market, for which they will then trade all the way with orange over here. So it's a good trade route, as well as a gold bonus, as well as an elite buff for Grey in here. That's usually Red's normal missions that he will do. Quite often he will have to help defend Orange in nests as well, but we'll get onto that later. From camps, he either goes into Dunland up here, which is blue and yellow owned, or he goes down the ice path and into either Rivendell or into Bornost or the Bree. Once he's got camps down, he's then up to him what he does. Over here, Red has his 5 Nazgûls, as well as the 4 under Orange control, given the 9 Nazgûls that you know from the films. There are 7 minor Nazgûls and 2 main Nazgûls, so to speak. There is the main Witch King, which we all know. These are unnamed Nazgûls at the moment, so the stats are strong individually and together, but once they're named Nazgûls, they become much, much stronger. To name them, Red individually needs 300 kills and Orange individually needs 300 kills. So the 4 minor Nazgûls for Red and the 3 minor Nazgûls for Orange, if they all die, that's an elite buff for the good side. However, individually, if Orange's Nazgûl Kamul dies, that's an elite buff for good side as well. And if Red's Witch King dies, it's an elite buff as well. It also, once they die, They can be rebuilt here, but they cost a lot of gold. Red can rebuild his here, and orange can rebuild his here. You can see the costs here: 1,000 for each of the minor Nazgûls, 3,000 for the Witch-King because he's so strong once he's named, 1,000 for oranges, and then 1,500 for gold. If the Witch-King, for example, was to die and it gives an elite buff for the good side, and then he's rebuilt or respawned, if he dies again, it isn't another elite buff for the good side, but it is very expensive, 3,000 gold to keep replenishing him. After 40 raises of buildings, of enemy buildings, from this pit of the Olg High Pit, Red will have an elite unit, an elite hero elephant they can make, and after Grey does a quest, Red can create an elite unit from the blacksmith as well. There are a number of basic quests and elite quests that each faction can do as well. Red, for example, has a basic quest. When the Witch King is named, he can come here and meet Smaug outside the barrows. This will buff the creation speed and the strength of the barrows units that are made here. Red, with the named Witch King as well, can come into Angmar to Carn-Dûm, the Witch King's halls. This will give a production building here. The fortress will allow him to spawn lighters and composite bowmen, buffed to which both ignore armor. That is only available if Fornost is dead. So one of Red's elite buffs is killing Fornost. If Fornost dies, both these castles, Red gets 15 population and his special units, so his castle units, his units made from special buildings like the fortress, the monastery, the fortified tower over here, they get extra HP per elite buff. Elite buff also provides 15 population. Red's elite buffs are killing Dane, Ironfoot over here. I'll give him 15 population. Claiming Erebor itself, so his main mission, will give him 15 population as well as all of these extra production buildings. These fortresses at the front won't be able to spawn units unless Fornost itself is dead. Fornost is a buff itself. Both these castles need to go down. 50 population for Red. This hero, Arathon, another elite buff for Red. Galadriel over here, another elite buff for Red. So that is 15 times 5, 75 population additional that Red can get. On top of all of that, Red's, or any of the evil side, if they kill Bilbo, that's a global elite buff. So plus 15 population to each of the evil factions. So 60 population to evil side if Bilbo Baggins dies. As well as that, they have Thorin's halls. So the castle here, and the Krepos. If these die, that's another global elite buff for the evil. So 60 population if all of these die as well. Red has some other miniature quests as well, like naming the Nazgûl 300 kills. The 300 kills will improve his Black Uruks from here. 400 kills will improve the Black Uruks again and decrease the training time of the elephants from here. If he claims 1,500 gold from relics, so if he stacks them in here before taking them to Erebor, he will get the armor shred ability, so the O-Book rank match ability to his Black Uruks that come from here. So they're very good for killing heroes once he gets that. So Red has a choice. He can either stack the relics here, then take them to Erebor, because he does lose, when he drops the 4 there, he does lose them. An extra one does spawn in here, so he can use the monastery here. The picture here, you can pause and have a look at it, but it's numbered. The quests that need to be done, they don't have to be done in this order. It's just numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm giving you the locations of specific things from a completely zoomed out view of the map. This was done by Stronk, who is another map creator within the Discord. He has some Helm's Deep maps, different maps, 3v3, 4v4 maps. In summary then about the civilization, and just add some extra stuff that I've missed. The civ is primarily infantry civ, like your castle units. You make Jaguar warriors from your castles. They're infantry. Your barracks, you can create Huskarls, Woad Raiders, Spearmen. So your main infantry civilization. The only cavalry you get is the elephant from your tower there and your Nazgûls. And the lighters that are up here. The Nazgûl as well, you don't get access to them instantly. These rocks that are behind this gate are removed and the Nazgûl are released about minute 26.5. The technology tree is not as you know it from the Celts, even though you are Celts. Like you can't upgrade to crossbowman, you're getting lighters, you're getting composite bowman. Upgrading your siege, 300 food to capture as usual, but after that it's 3,000 food to get siege ram. It's very expensive to get siege ram. You're making jaguar warriors from your castles. You're making huskars from your barracks, things like that. Thank you all for watching. This was my first video I've ever made and uploaded to YouTube, so let me know in the comments if what was terrible about it and stuff like that, so I can improve it for the next one. But hope you gained some knowledge for player 1, and I will now be going on to player 2.